And you can watch us. Good Things is on your computer or your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. You know, we like to keep you updated with all the good things going on in our state. And GRAMMY Museum Mississippi has announced it will debut a new major exhibit coming up. And I think it may have already debuted. But joining us to tell us more is Emily Havens. She's the executive director for the GRAMMY Museum Mississippi. Hey, Emily.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you today?
Anytime we have you on, that means you're letting some cat out of the bag. So I always get excited. So tell us what's going on there in Cleveland. What's happening at the museum?
Well, I can tell you that it's hot in the Delta, but it's pretty cool here in the museum. So if you're tired of being outside, come visit the museum and our brand new exhibition. We opened on Friday to the public, traveling Highway 61, traveling America's Music Highway, and it's just incredible. It's been so well received by the public. We had several hundred people come to the museum on Friday. We had free admission on Friday, so that was fun, and just a lot of people experienced this. Really, it's a Highway 61 journey from New Orleans all the way to St. Louis, and all the artists and the great music that come from Highway 61. We celebrate that in the museum with wonderful interactive interviews and beautiful artifacts, and it's just really incredible. We even have a juke joint in the museum, and so it's really incredible to be able to celebrate so many genres and so many artists and different music up and down Highway 61.
Well, that's what I was going to say, Emily. Usually it's sort of like, I guess, a little more siloed. Either it's just blues or maybe it was just country for a while, or I know you had the MTV, but that's very specific as well. And it feels like this one just takes a little bit of a different turn and adding a lot of different music together, but focusing on just maybe the one commonality that it all happened on Highway 61. So how did this make its way to the museum? Had it been traveling? Is this sort of a new exhibit all around?
It is. It's a brand new exhibit. We curated it ourselves. And so just a really, again, just pointing back to Mississippi and our music history and legacy here, and thinking about all the different, like I said, the genres that go all the way up and down the highway. It was just really a way to, an idea just sparked a way we could capture that and celebrate Highway 61, celebrate our great state, bring into it how 61 goes down into New Orleans and then, of course, Memphis and up, and the way we can celebrate all of these and feature all these great artists from this area. And so really it's a journey, it's a road trip. You start in Louisiana and you go up Highway 61, and there's postcards along the way. There's all of our partners that, there's ways to postcards where you can take a picture of the QR code and you can read about Stax Museum in Memphis, or read about the New Orleans Jazz Museum or New Orleans Jazz Festival. And so it's just also a great way to point to all of our tourism partners and all of the museums and organizations also that are along Highway 61, Delta Blues Museum, B.B. King Museum, Graceland. There's just so many Royal Studios. And so you really get to learn a lot from jazz to blues to country to rock. It's just really a great exhibit and a great way to highlight our area and feature all of these wonderful artists and the music that they made.
That will be fun to sort of be able to see places that you've either been before or maybe have driven through or been on Highway 61 yourself and sort of reminisce. Because oftentimes when you come to these exhibits, you weren't necessarily there during, the highlight moments or when the dresses were worn or whatever it may, or the artifacts were, at their prime. But it feels like now it kind of like, I've been down that route. I've seen that. I've, been to that festival. So we'll add a little of a personal touch to it.
It definitely does, and it's really, we've got artists. We celebrate. We have Artifacts, Muddy Waters, and then we have contemporary artists today. And so I think it speaks to everyone. Celebrate, of course, handwritten lyrics by David Porter and Isaac Hayes of Soul Man, B.B. King, beautiful outfits, and people's dress. Dr. John and his interest in outfits, guitars, John Lee Hooker. There's just so much. It's such a deep and rich exhibition, and I'm just so excited to celebrate and just show it to the world and our visitors. We've got some education components to go along with it, activities, scavenger hunts where kids and students can really dig deep down in the history of this highway and take the journey along it and learn about all the artists and the music. So I think it's going to be, so far it's been really popular. I think it will be, and it really does capture just a wide range of people's interest with the different genres and the artists.
Emily, how long will this exhibit, Highway 61, be, or Traveling America's Music Highway, be there at the museum?
It'll be here through 2024, so all the way through this year and next year, and I think it will be worth anybody's time to come visit this exhibit and to take a road trip with us.
That's crazy. That's less than 6 months. I was thinking, oh my gosh, next year, but I'm like, 2024 will be here, before we know it. So don't delay in making your trip up that way to the Grammy Museum. But summer's over, so y'all wrapped up all your camps. School has now started, so that's a whole nother level of crazy. I know you mentioned school groups. What would you like parents, teachers, homeschool groups alike to know about what's available there at the museum?
We've just got an incredible variety of education workshops. We're going to be announcing very soon a couple of backstage passes. So those are workshops with artists, and so that will be something that they'll want to pay attention to and bring their school groups to. It's really a great opportunity to listen to the artist, to ask questions, to kind of find out what it's like being an artist, what it's like being a manager or a songwriter, and all the things that kids want to know about maybe being in the music industry. We've got incredible workshops from civil rights workshops to songwriting to DJ workshops. Music production is one of the most popular ones. So there's going to be a lot, and we'll announce those very soon, and of course available whenever school groups want to do that. Incredible. We've added some new artifacts. Megan Thee Stallion, Miranda Lambert. We have also we've got a couple of new ones to add that we'll announce very soon. So we're constantly updating our permanent collection in the main gallery. So there's just a lot of new things for people to see and kids to enjoy, and to continue to support music education and us be a partner in education for sure.
I like the idea of the scavenger hunt throughout the museum. I think that's a lot of fun. If teachers want to have or get more information about maybe a field trip or homeschool group, or does it have to be a school? I'm thinking choirs or bands or whatever may also be interested as an extracurricular for their students. How do they do that, Emily?
Well, they can call the museum, of course, 662-441-0100. Welcome to reach out to us by email on our website, and we'll be happy to take care of them. It's going to be, we've got some great programs coming up, and we'll be announcing all of our education schedule for the full year within the next week. And so I think people will have, students, educators, and parents will have a lot to choose from and see value in bringing their kids to the museum.
Well, the one thing that was important, I heard you said your air conditioner's working, so it's working.
It is working. It is working. I don't know if we've talked about it, and we may not have time to talk today, but we have announced our gala, and so maybe we can choose another time.
Well, go ahead and put it on our, we got about 2 minutes. Put it on our calendar.
So we've announced our 5th annual education gala. It will be September 28th this year, so a little bit earlier than we've had in the past, but this year we are honoring 5-time Grammy winner Keb Mo with the Crossroads of American Music Award, and we are just so excited to honor Keb Mo and have him here at the museum. It will be an incredible night with a live auction and a silent auction. We'll have a party band that we'll announce very soon, and we'll also announce who the chef will be very soon. So it's going to be a great night here at the museum. Tickets go on sale to members this Friday on August 18th, and then to the general public if we have any left the next week. So it's our really only education fundraiser of the year, and we're just really thrilled to be able to honor such a big artist in Keb Mo and to have him come into the museum. We're very excited about it.
And that's one of the benefits of being a member of the museum is you get first dibs at fun things like that. And so they can find all that information and more out on your website, Emily?
Yes, that's right, www.grammymuseumms.org.
All righty. Well, I look forward to having you back. It always means good things are happening there in the Delta. Hopefully it'll be a little cooler around gala time.
I hope so. Last year we were worried about the ice and snow. This year maybe mosquitoes. But we'll make sure and have it completely sprayed for all of our guests that night. It's going to be a fun time.
I was like, they've got things for mosquito these days, so you'll be fine. You'll be fine there. But I appreciate your time, Emily. Always exciting to hear what's going on. So thank you.
Thanks, Rebecca.
All right, you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.